NCSY youth movement. So first of all, Emily, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about NCSY and specifically about its activity here in Israel.
Okay, so thank you so much for having us. NCSY is a youth movement that is the only movement in Israel that caters to teens who made Aliyah with their families, specifically in the way that we cater to them as teens, as chanichim students, and not as staff members. So there are a lot of youth movements in Israel that are catering to teens, but in most of them, the teens are serving as counselors for younger kids, which is amazing and really empowers teens. But we believe that teens also have their own needs and need a space to talk about their own struggles, especially teens who have made Aliyah. And in addition to going through all of the social, religious identity challenges that teens tend to face in general, the teens in NCSY also have made Aliyah. So they're coming into schools where they don't necessarily understand the language, the culture, how things are done. Not all of them have necessarily established a connection with the land or with the nation of Israel yet. So while this might technically be their home, they don't necessarily feel like it is. And a lot of them are really just looking for a safe space to, first of all, speak in English and have fun and have meaningful, inspiring experiences with staff that care about them and friends that understand them and their past. So that's really what NCSY does. We provide a lot of events that are a fun time for teens, but really an avenue for connection with staff so that we can help them in their integration as new Olim into Israeli society and escort them through all those challenges that they're facing as teens who have just made Aliyah to this country.
So integration is the main purpose of the movement, and now you're celebrating a decade.
Yes, we're celebrating a decade. Over the 10 years, we've really seen so much growth. The movement has really taken so many different turns. But I would say in addition to integration, one of our main goals is also serving as a spiritual and educational avenue for them. So it's not just about the integration into Israeli society, but also based on values of Judaism that we really believe in. So.
Yes. Avital, when did you make the Aliyah?
I made Aliyah in 2013.
So more than a decade ago. Tell us about your participation in this movement.
I joined maybe 3 years ago in 10th grade. And for me, I never really had an outlet the same kind of way NCSY has been able to do that for me. And I was kind of nervous. I didn't really know people in NCSY. Just one of my friends pulled me into it. And immediately, like, I went to a Shabbat. And that for me changed how I look at any youth movement that I've ever been to before. It just was something so different than anything I experienced. And it was really just incredible.
How did it change, even transform your life here in Israel?
It made me feel like I had a place to go to. First of all, like with other kids like me that made Aliyah, you know, and it's not just catered to new Olim, like people that made Aliyah recently. It's also catered to people who made Aliyah a long time ago, but that still struggle. So I felt very seen. And also the incredible madrichim and madrichot and advisors and different staff members just make each kid feel heard and seen. And it's just such an incredible space.
Yeah. Emily, let's talk about this last year. The last year was different, wasn't it?
It was, indeed. I would say over the last year, our mission became more important than ever because, again, like Avital said, not everyone has made Aliyah recently, but I would say, especially for those who made Aliyah recently, the events of the last year have been an additional hardship, just in terms of challenging our strength in continuing to be here and endure and stand by a nation that we are connected to and a part of. So NCSY, I would say that integration piece really strengthens that Israeli Zionist Jewish identity within our teens. And in addition to, first of all, giving them an outlet to just take a step back from the news and the tragedy, We give them just an opportunity to have fun, but also there's been a lot of giving back and answering the call. We've done several chesed events. We've packed packages for soldiers. We've had learning programs in soldiers' names, and several more chesed events. So we've done a lot of answering the call and empowering our teams, not just to sit back, but really to take a stand, to be part of things, and strengthen that Jewish identity during everything that's going on.
Of course. Emily, such a great effort. Thank you so much, Avital and Emily, for speaking with us today. Thank you.
So much for having us.
So much.